Yes, day 4. Okay. Um, Crazy day today. Didn't work. It's the weekend. Let's go. However, I got the new desk. It's so awesome, by the way. Improves the setup so much. We got the microphone and the camera coming soon, as well as all the other stuff. But oh my goodness. So, story time. My girlfriend comes to hang out. We're at my apartment. We're building the desk, and then we're hungry. We want to go to Subway. So we kick it, and I lock the door behind me. We go to get in my car, realize I left the keys in my apartment. Bro, my keys to the apartment door are in the room that's locked. So I'm stressed out. Just realized I locked myself out of the room. I literally spent so long building this desk, can't even get in the room anymore. So I was stressed out of my mind. I just didn't even want to think about it. So we go to Subway, we eat, we come back trying to figure out how to open the door. We're like, maybe the front office has a spare key. It's the weekend, they're closed. So let me see if I can find it. I think I already threw it away, but I took a card, like just a credit card, a gift card actually to Maverick. I took the card and jimmied it in between the door frame and the door, and it took a long time, but I finally got it open. Oh my gosh, it took way too long. Anyways, problem was resolved, thank goodness. And then rest of the night we went dashing. So pretty stressful up to that moment, but other than that, the day was really good. We dashed, made a good amount of money. You know how it is. We also watched days 4 and 5 for the TJR boot camp, and oh, they were good. I had to watch them in the car on the way back because I just haven't had time today. So I haven't taken notes, but I did watch both of them. So I'm gonna keep in my head. I'm gonna take notes after I'm done recording this video, but I just wanted to get this out. And some of my favorite episodes so far. The first one, uh, more market focused, all about trends. It's such a basic concept to understand, but it is so important, and I loved how much he emphasized that. So I want to get onto the graphs and show exactly what we're talking about. If you don't know what trends are, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, then let's go look at them. Okay, so here we are on the screens, and like I was saying earlier, all about trends. And such an easy thing to spot, but it is so important. Something I think the biggest takeaway I had from this video specifically is how important it is to look at the bigger picture. Because say we're looking at a 5 minute interval, right? Here, let's move this. Say we're taking a look at some 5 minute intervals. Or let's go to 15 even. And we're looking at gold right now. So if we're just looking and we're trying to find trends on this and we're seeing, oh, that's from yesterday's video. If we're looking at, trends, trying to find trends, oh, it's going down, it's going down. Um, you know, and if we just zoom out a little bit, we can see in this 15-minute trends, oh, there's an uptrend. So it's going up, it's going up. How important it is to not just get single-minded looking at these 15-minute trends. And so what he did is showed how important it is to look at the, longer time intervals. So let's go to a day even. So it's going to tell you a bigger picture because we look at the, what the heck? We look at the day and it'll tell you a different story than what the 15-minute. So say in the day, you can kind of see it's gradually going up a little bit. It's constantly going up little by little. But if we go to back to the 15-minute, we don't see that as clearly. It's a lot more volatile. You see it's going down, back up, down. And so it's helpful to look at the long-term time intervals to see where the charts are wanting to go. So say we looked at the day, and throughout every day it's gradually going up and up and up. So we want to follow that trend. He used the example of, say you're in a car without any gas and you're trying to make it to the end of the road. Okay, so there's two roads you can take to go as far as you possibly can. There's a road that goes uphill and a road that goes downhill. Well, which road is going to take you furthest? The downhill. So you want to ride the wave. And so if the day time intervals or longer time intervals are showing you that the graph is wanting to go up and it's been going up, then you want to follow that into the smaller time frames, and you want to see, okay, well, now we can look at the shorts and trying to find exactly where the graph wants to go, because that's how we're going to start being able to execute the trades. And again, very basic concept to understand, but such a great one to really comprehend. And so the homework he gave for that video is to just identify the trends. And not only that, identify the trends and then predict, just write it down in your journals, where you think the graph is going to go, where the chart's going to go. So you can see here's a downtrend, very, very basic downtrend. You can see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, keeps going, and then a little change of character, goes up, then dips back down, and then starts to go up, and here's a high trend. And so he wanted to just spend some time in the market and identify these trends. So you see them all here. And a very important thing that he said is that things like this is not a trend. These are just a bunch of change of characters and breaks and things like that. That's not a trend. So you want to find the trends all around here, right? So he also drew some examples, just basic, like this, something like this would just be an uptrend, and vice versa, a low trend. So trying to identify these formations, these shapes within the within the charts, within the market. So great, very basic concept to understand, and I really loved how he explained that. So that was just really easy homework, and so I want to kind of, let's see here, I want to zoom in. I'm still familiarizing myself with these graphs. I don't know all the tools yet, but I want to predict where exactly these charts are going to go. So we're looking, and it looks like it's going up here. But before I make that prediction, let's go look at the day time interval. Okay. And see more long term. Where exactly is this heading? Okay. Looks like for a long time now, it's steadily just been going up and up and up. So for the week, I think I want to predict it going up. By the end of the week, I think it's going to go straight up. So let's go back. Let's see here. Okay. So let's go back and let's predict. So I think it was this tool maybe? No. No idea what that is. Anyways, yeah, so just predict where this is going. I think it's going to be going up just steadily as the charts have been doing for a ridiculous amount of time now. And being able to recognize that is going to help us start to execute these trades. So a great video. Awesome. And now the second video was all about goal setting, and we've already been talking a lot about it, all about goal setting, things like that. He used a very specific way to set goals, which I guess I'm going to start implementing because, like I said, I'm going to challenge myself to follow this step by step exactly. So I'm gonna pull up a little screenshot from the video of exactly how he set up the way he was making his goals. Okay, so this is exactly how he laid out his goals, and he really emphasized the last part here about reading and vocalizing your goals every day as if you were there already. So an example he gave is when he was trying to achieve his goals, he would tell himself in the shower out loud, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire, things like that. And the reason is you're not going to be comfortable enough saying that out loud to yourself if you truly are not in it. So saying it as if you're already there. So for example, say your goal is you want to be a millionaire. If you're not comfortable saying that to yourself, it's not I want to. He also said this. It's not I want to, it's I will be or I am. Like you're already there. And so if you're not comfortable telling yourself that, it's probably because you're not fully committed. And so if you are telling yourself that, I mean, you're going to have to. You want to. And so for me, some three long-term end goals, like 10 plus years in the future. One, I want a 6-figure account at least. Two, I want to own a house. My brother's 23 years old and he owns a house. I want to be the same. I don't think I'll own a house that soon, but that is um, a goal, you know. And say you don't reach these goals, well, you're striving for them and you're going to be closer to them step by step, day by day. The third goal, I want to be married. Obviously, I want to have a family, things like that. So those are my 3 long-term goals, and the next step is 10 short-term goals or steps to get to those end goals. I won't list every single one of mine, but we have talked about some of the goals I already have, some daily goals. So those could be steps, every single day. We're going to journal every single day. We're going to study at least an hour in the market. 1 to 2 bootcamp videos a day. It's 2. That's the new goal because 1 is just not enough. I can't take a day break learning about trading. And post 1 YouTube video and 3 TikToks a day. So I'm getting this out right now. I have 2 more TikToks to post today because I just have not had time at all with everything going on, hanging out with my girlfriend, things like that. So those steps should get you closer and closer to your long-term end goals as you go forward. And then the last thing he wrote down here is make sure you actually complete your goals daily or take steps in the direction of the short-term goals. So that's why you have them in place. That's why you're telling them to yourself every single day. If you're setting this goal and then not striving for it, then what are you doing? Man, this whole process would be pointless. There wouldn't even be a process. So another great video. Love the mindset ones. If you haven't started watching these already, I highly recommend it. I like TJR a lot because he's very down to earth and he doesn't put a lot of fluff in his content. It's straight to the point, and he's no joke. He really knows his stuff, it seems. So I highly recommend these videos. But yeah. Okay, so that's everything for the videos, everything that happened today. Mentally still feeling great. I feel really confident. I posted 4 TikToks yesterday. It was so scary. Just posted another one recently. So just about the desk and setting it all up. Feels good. None of them are very successful. I think my highest liked video was 12, which is more than I was expecting. One got like to 220 views. So heck yeah for that. I'm gonna stay consistent, keep doing it. There's no point in slowing down now. If I actually watched a video today and it said there's a million people, a million kids right now that want to create content, that want to be successful, 500,000 of them will get to 20 videos. The other 500,000 won't even get it that far. And then out of those 500,000, 100 will do every single day and for 6 months. And those 100 people are going to be the ones that succeeded, not because they had better content, but because they were so consistent. And I'm just so unbelievably motivated right now. And I know that, that motivation is not going to stay here forever. And that's where these steps to take goals, these short-term steps, is going to kick in when that motivation dies out. Because motivation is a fleeting emotion, discipline is a habit, it's a ritual, it's a routine. And so we can't rely on that. We rely on our plans, we rely on our goals, we rely on the steps we take. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Yeah, that's all I really have for this video. But I will see you guys for tomorrow, I believe day 5. So heck yeah. See you guys tomorrow.